It's time to take a stand, bringing the truth to a fucked up land. We've had enough of the lies and deceit. We're done for good with the toxicity. All hail thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. All hail thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. All hail thanks, we are the Rabyd Nation. We are the Rabyd Nation.
All right, and a hearty shout out and a welcome to all of you who are part of the Rabyd Nation. Welcome, one and all. I'm your host, Ed Rabyd, a former pastor turned atheist, now a compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel, The Rabyd Atheist, and welcome to another Deconversion Hangout. So thank you, one and all, for showing up. Whether you are a wannabe immigrant to the Rabyd Nation looking across the border, a subscriber and thus a tourist, or a member of the Rabyd Nation and thus a citizen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight is Deconversion Hangout. This is where, if you are, it's a support live stream for the most part. We do a lot of shenanigans, as somebody already pointed out, around here on Deconversion Hangout, but mostly I'm also here. If anybody, I will immediately stop anything we're doing if you need help deconverting or want to understand something about deconversion and get it from somebody who has done so, deconverted. I am here for that. That's what this stream is all about. There is a goal in chat. Of course, that's my kind of low-key way of asking for money to keep the streaming going. If I reach the goal, I will wear whatever hat you guys have chosen in the poll. So welcome, one and all. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Just an apologies for yesterday. I woke up feeling very, very puny, and that's not a good thing to feel when you're 6'4" and 275 pounds of person, when you start to feel small. So I just did not feel very well, and it wasn't like one big thing. It was like 6 little things all working together against me. So it's like, God damn it, so here we are. So I do apologize for that. We'll make up for that next week. I forgot that Fangs' birthday is actually the 30th, not the 31st, because Earl corrected me. And so if we're going to have a proper birthday party for Fangs, we're going to have to do it tomorrow. So before we get into anything else, I'm going to pull this up here. But this is tomorrow's live stream. It's Fangsology night. It is Fangs' first birthday. 1 year ago, me and Earl sat down and came up with a concept. So there you go. So January 30th at 7 p.m. That's tomorrow. Same time, same channel, all that stuff. We'll be having Fangsology tonight then. I've invited the lovely Earl to join me, so she will probably be there as well. There's actually some new artwork on this thumbnail, which I'm going to share in a little bit. So there you go. So I just wanted to make that announcement that tomorrow is Fangsology night, and we will be doing that. So instead of the red letters, red flag. So there we go. Quick roll call. Let's see. Jacqueline was here earlier. And Cranky is here. It's fitting that Cranky's around when we're talking about Fangs. Chuck McNorris. Very interesting discussion between Cranky and Chuck McNorris about the Eucharist. That's great stuff. I did not realize that they were making gluten-free versions of the Eucharist. But I thought, see, my whole theological question at that point, Chuck, is if it becomes the body of Jesus Christ, isn't the body of Jesus Christ naturally gluten-free, being meat? so there you go. I have questions. I just have questions. I know I'm probably not supposed to ask. Hey, good to see you, Rimmer. Somebody asked about Fred. Fred's back to work. I tried to warn him about it, but he didn't listen. So there you go. Hey, Dragon Rider. No, it's not until tomorrow night. I'm I have to do Fangs out. I have to do Fangs' birthday tomorrow night because Earl reminded me that his birthday was the 30th, not the 31st. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Red letters, red flags. I may do Saturday. I haven't decided yet. It depends on how I feel after Friday night. We'll see. We'll get it back up and running though. I did not feel good last night. I just one of those. Yeah. So hey Martin, good to see you. And Michael. Tomorrow's your birthday too. Well, congratulations. Hey Earl. Earl herself. So yeah. It's just, I made a mistake on my post from yesterday. Earl pointed that out to me. Like you made a mistake in your post. And I'm like, oh crap. Like yeah, you're right. I'm like, I thought it was the 31st. No. Imagine that. Forgetting I'm a horrible father. I forget my kids' own birthday here. So things I create make up. That's the question. Is Jesus gluten free? Like when asking is illegal, I can't ask these questions. Goddamn church. We don't have that kind of problem in the fluffle, by the way. So there you go. Yes. Earl set me straight. So there we go. And I wanted to share this because you can see it in the thumbnail, but I'm going to make it bigger. And there we go. A year ago, tomorrow. This. Earl, you've outdone yourself with this piece of art. Like I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, this is so freaking cute. Like diabolically cute is the way you described it last time you talked about it, and this is absolutely true. This cute little bundle of joy that we got a year ago. Hey, Jacqueline, good to see you back. All right, but yes. I absolutely love this little picture of baby fangs. So, I mean, I don't think it, honest, Michael, should it matter? Like, it doesn't matter what the wafer is made out of. Really, does it? Like for communion, like, does it matter what the wafer is made out of, the Eucharist? Because it all gets changed into Jesus's flesh. So there you go. Yes, it's mini fangs. Isn't he cute? He's absolutely adorable. What an adorable little baby Fangs was. So, yeah. Oh, flour only. It's canon law. So the Church of England has gone gluten free, but the Catholics are going to be flour only. Okay, so yeah, isn't it? Josh is right. I think this one's adorable. Fangs is so adorable in this one. He's cute. If only we knew. The time he was a newborn, it was a defense mechanism. It kept him alive. So there you go. It's like all babies. Only you knew. But yes. But what an adorable picture of Fangs. So there you go. And you can say that the substance of bread and wine referring to the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ, let him be anathema. Okay. So if I'm reading the theology right, then Chuck, then I'm right. Like it shouldn't matter what the bread is made out of. Like according to the church, it immediately comes the flesh of Jesus Christ. So we're all good. Oh, there you go. There you go. Should be some sort of Jewish bread, I think. Yes, the wheatdom, the Catholic tomato pope. Oh man, I know I've got that somewhere. See, I have all my stuff at my fingertips, but it's getting to be a large file again. Oh, there we go. Yeah. See, this is what we're talking about here. May the sports be with you. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm gonna tell you, like, I got confused, but like it has to be cursed, but there you go. See, this is what we're talking about, you know? I mean, people ask me why I talk about this stuff and why fangs and everything else. It's because I illustrate the absurdity of theology with all this stuff. And like, you know, that fangs can turn marinara sauce and is that switch from diet from high carb to keto? Okay, there we go. No substance. That's what I'm saying. If no substance of the bread remains, then it should be gluten free, no matter what bread it's made out of. Like it shouldn't matter. Like you can make it out of rye bread and it wouldn't matter. Like, thanks, Martin. By the way, appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'm with you there too, Jacqueline. Maybe Michael can too, but it's more Polish than German. Oh, yeah, that's probably true. Yes, yeah, but yeah, I don't know, but yes, like this has been the like I remember when we did this because the Catholics just got their Pope, and we said, "Yeah, let's switch to Catholicism real quick," and here we go. But yeah, does kosher matter to the Catholic Church? I forget. Probably not. But yeah, but I was. This is a question that I have gone over in my head many times. Any bread? You imagine you have no personal experience. I've heard that human beings are very closely related to pork, like pigs. So like the anatomy is very similar, and you know I don't know about how human beings taste because I've never done that myself. So yeah, so I don't know. Any bread tastes better than flesh. Okay, so there you go. So there you go. Hey John, good to see you. Okay, yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. I get what you're saying there. But yeah, like I remember what's the oh gosh, what's the you plead the fifth. Okay, there you go. Oh, it's really all in the sauce. You would know. See, Cranky can speak as to the taste of human beings because he's an elder god, but there you go. I don't know. I don't know whether it's raw or well done. See, that's the thing with the Eucharist, though. Like I have this terrible desire whenever I hear some Christian talking about communion to just say, "Oh, so that typically vampiric cannibalistic ritual you guys reenact every so often." So, but yeah, yeah, I'm with you, Jack. How do you people know what's going on here? I have no idea, but yeah, like I've always had that reaction to it. Like this is so like I remember when I was a pastor and I had to do communion, and I would make it when I was still a believer. I would make this such a spiritual thing, and now that I've been out long enough, I'm like, it's weird. It's just weird. I, just think about communion and what they celebrate. It's just weird. It takes religion to get you to think this way. so, so yeah. Yeah. I got it. But it just, I look back at it like I used to, like in my last church, I used to do communion with an unleavened, like flat loaf that was about that big around. And we had a cup and they would break a piece off, dip it in the cup, and that was communion. And that's the way that church did communion anyway. They did it other ways too, but that's the way I eventually did it because I felt it was very symbolic. And I'm just like, So now I look back at it and I'm like, what a weird thing to celebrate. What a weird thing to remember all the time. Like, you know, it's not, it's bad enough that Jesus has to be like tortured and crucified and bled out and everything else, but now we got to reenact it every so often, like every mass or every communion Sunday. But yeah, but it's also extremely well regulated. Jeez. Yeah, I'm not down with that. Catholics don't talk about that aspect anymore, I think. Okay. Okay. But yes. Oh my goodness. But it's just a weird thing. I find it weird. It's just weird. Like, and maybe that's because I've reached a point in my being out of faith that I just find the whole communion thing just weird. So it's just as weird as the Lord of the Rings stuff. The difference is the weight we put on it. Yes. Raw and chopped pork in Germany. Is this like a German thing? Like, is it a culturally local thing, or like I can see why it would exist throughout the centuries. Like, if you're trying to get something to eat and you can't light a fire, and you got some chopped pork, I guess. I mean, you're rolling the dice. It's probably why, like, in archaeological records, they realized that some of the stomach contents, based on the bones, like, yeah, they died of some pretty parasitical things, probably due to their diet. So, okay. It was a misinterpretation. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Also, Raw and Chop sounds like a really good name for a cooking show. Yes, it's a local. Okay, but Raw and Chop really does sound like it sounds like a, a cooking show. I'm just not sure. It's kind of a cooking show combined with something else, like whatever you're saying is raw. So it is a local thing. Okay, it's nothing to do with the U.S. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we like in the U.S. like raw pork is absolutely no. We don't do that. Like you got to cook that stuff up. Like I'm a big fan of like a medium rare steak, but when it comes to pork, nope. It's going to get cooked all the way through. Yeah, that or a punk band. Yeah, fair enough. Raw and Chopped. That would be a good punk band name. Christ should actually be the Congregation of the Blood of Christ should be the good news, but they had this already forgotten about that when the show was codified. That's probably true. Oh my gosh. Hey Evan, good to see you. Oh my gosh. Yep. This discussion on communion is just like it's getting me. Man, I just remember so much about I've done so many communion services in my career as a pastor, and now I just look back at it and go, what the hell? Like, what were we doing? No. Yes, the Punmeister has arrived. Yeah, there you go. That's a fair title for Evan, the Punmeister. Yeah. Well, they keep bringing up the communion, Evan. Like some of these churches are going to gluten-free bread for the Eucharist, and I'm like, what the hell for? Isn't it all transmogrified into the blood of Christ and as meat? I'm not aware of any meat that has gluten in it, as far as I know. They advertise it as gluten-free, which is like kind of saying it's meat, but it's also safe to use raw, fresh eggs here. Again, solid regulations, veterinary checks, and so on. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can see that. Like a lot of people are going back to basics. It's just and yeah, okay. Keyboard. Yeah, but I don't know. I look back at communion now and it's just a weird thing for me. Pastor Karen thinks gluten free is the best. Okay. That's why I ain't no commie. I don't want okay. See what you did there. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, I guess that's probably true, Cranky. Like you Germans, like Michael probably drinks a beer for breakfast, as far as I know. Like they're to them, beer is like coffee. Like we have coffee here, they have beer in Germany, so it's like it's all good. The alcohol kills everything, so there you go. That's fair, and it's another grain-based product, so there you go. Yeah, filet American isn't for you. There you go. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about raw eggs. They don't last as long. So you can get eggs to last quite a bit. Gluten free Jesus is like alcohol free Jesus. That's not what God intended. Like from debating a theist over me a copy and pasting AI response to his argument, told him to stop using censory to argue in 26 and I'll take you seriously. Yeah. Felicia, here's the thing, girl. it Oh my goodness. The arguments from apologists are so old. It's been my complaint. It was my complaint when I was a Christian. Like, man, this is just old crap that doesn't hold water anymore. So there you go. Italian crayfish out of a cooler in the back of a truck in Mexico. Probably true. Oh gosh. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that. Beer and sausage makes a great breakfast. Yes. See, I'm going to try that out. I got to figure that out. Actually, only something when I go out and drink. Okay, fair enough. Like that's kind of what I do, and I like avoid social situations, so I don't like really drink that much. Although I might buy a small bottle of alcohol for Fangs' birthday tomorrow. So when we do that birthday stream, so I don't know. Haven't decided yet. So Vatican claims bread turned into real heart of flesh. So, see, there's the other weird part to me about communion and transubstantiation. Like, what exact body part does the bread transform into? Like, which one? I know it becomes the flesh of Jesus, but what part of the flesh of Jesus is my question? Like, specifically, like you're indicating that this is a heart thing. So, so there you go. There you go. I don't know. I mean, if it turns into the heart, like, okay, but what other parts is it capable of turning into? Inquiring minds want to know. That's where I was going. Like, are you really? Is it the foreskin of Jesus? Is it the rest of the part that's not the foreskin of Jesus? Like, I, I don't know. They don't dry out like actual egg do. Dan, he misled thousands. I, I, well, I mean, John, they could probably say the same of me or anybody else who's doing counter apologetics. Like, so, oh, Oregon Grove wine. Okay. Jesus may give his flesh and body, but the devil gives us his lettuce. Okay, that's fair. It's probably why the devil and Fangs get along a little bit, because Fangs is into that too. So some of you have come late, so I made an error in my community tab post yesterday when I was sick because I said Friday would do red letters and all that stuff, and it's like no, actually tomorrow is Fangsology night. It is Fangs' first birthday in this latest incarnation of Fangs. He is there. Um, so for those of you that came in late, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Red letters, red flags. I will debate with myself about whether I'll do that Saturday or I'll just wait until next Wednesday. We'll see. I just not feel very well yesterday. It was just not a good day. I did manage to get well enough to go to work, unfortunately, but because we're having a debate. So yeah, he does pretty good work. I'm still confused as to why he's still a believer. Like he debunks everything about his belief just as much as anything else, but I don't understand it. So yeah, it's a tie-dye baby Fangs. Here, let me give you the bigger one. There you go. This is Earl's work right here. I think this is probably the best picture of baby Fangs ever. It is the standard. So yes, but we have a tie-dye baby Fangs. So he is very, very cute. Yeah, I am feeling better. I'm just, gosh. And Evan, yesterday it wasn't like one big thing. It was like five little things all hitting me at once. And it's just like, I got to kick off a few of these gremlins trying to attach themselves to me and I'll feel better. And I do feel a lot better today. So, but yeah, well, we already had this discussion about how many foreskin relics there are in the Vatican Church. Atheist. Oh, yes, we're going to celebrate. Yes, he is very cute. Earl, you did a good job here. He's so cute. So, yeah, I mean, I was just, yesterday was just like my, just to describe it, my touch starvation was at an all-time high, so I'm aching underneath all my skin. Uh, I was coughing a lot. I'm not coughing hardly at all today. I must have like caught a cold or something, but my immune system knew how to handle it. And I stubbed my toe at work, so that was hurting. And I had a few other things that's feeling better today too. So it's like it was just like six things, and I was just like anxious about the whole thing. And I'm like, hell with it. Today I'm a lot better. So there you go. See you later, Martin. Have a good one, man. We're all calls from a Oh, the foreskin is ringed around Saturn. There you go. Yeah, he does pretty good. Uh, sometimes. Yeah, it doesn't help. I have a little bit of that too. Like, oh, god damn it, age, age. Like I'm sitting here thinking about Fangs' birthday stream. I'm like, Ed, yours is like a month and a half away yourself, you dumbass. I ain't got too much longer before I hit another number. So, yeah. So I don't know, but yes. So we'll be doing that. And I had to like I misidentified like Fangs' birthday because I'm like, I thought it was the 31st, but no, it's the 30th because Earl showed me this. Like she sent me this. This is from last year, and these are the original concept arts for a symbol that I wanted for the channel, and out of this Fangs was born. So, and you can see, yes, the first one was January 30th, 2025. So that's when the concept of Fangs was born. I kind of got her away from the vampire bunny with bat wings to what we have today, but yeah, that's the official birthday of Fangs is recorded. So there you go. And now we have this. It's a stark contrast. So there you go. There you go. So there you go. Yeah, me too. True foreskin stories. They have such a thing. See, I'm still like the religious weirdness that I no longer believe in. Like I'm just there. Like I don't know. I guess I've gotten to the point where I just listen to religious worship. So yeah, it was Ike's first visions. Okay, fair enough. It's her first visions. It took her a while, but she figured it out. Now we have this. We've gone from all of this right here with all the blood and gore to this. It physically hurts you how adorable he is. If only we had known. Oh, what a cute little bunny. Those teeth seem a little pointy, though, don't they? Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like when you consider like communion, there's a magic that's going on there. Baptism, you know. um, it, it's it's like it's just the stuff. Like I look back at the silliness, and it's just like this is why I created this particular stream is because I can laugh at this stuff now and not feel bad about it because I'm in fairly company that's right there with me. So like all the stuff that we used to believe in, the magic rituals and all that stuff, it's just all gone. So, but yes, I'm just saying, Earl. If only we had known. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like it's this stuff belongs in fantasy literature. Like if the Bible was a fantasy book, like if it was a fantasy book, I think all of us could understand like if it presented itself that way. Okay, these are pretty interesting stories. I would say that it's still poorly written and your main character of Yahweh is kind of a dick, but okay, like but that's not the way it's handled. Like when you're in the faith, you handle all these wizard stories and guys walking on water and parting the Red Sea, and you handle that all as like real stuff that's very pivotal to your faith. When you get it out, uh, but yeah, it's like you suddenly realize it. Yeah, it's just like it's yeah, it's you get over it. Yeah, well, I can buy the yeah, I can buy the elder gods. Like I can see a being of great power floating out there in the big universe. Like that's not beyond the realm of possibility. So yes. Yeah, I've asked that question about what type of character is Jesus. Yeah, well, yeah, there's another one. What did Job do to deserve the wrath of God? Like that's another problematic question for me. Like I just like when I was a believer, like these questions never got answered. And that's definitely one of them that never got answered. Like I got to you get to the end of the book of Job, and if you're reading it and studying it, right? God says, Job asks the question, what did I do? And God's response is, who are you to ask me? Yeah. Like, what the hell? Like, you just put me through all this shit, and I don't even have the right to ask why you did it. Like, so, and God says, I just did it because I wanted to. And it's like, all right. But yes, it's stories like that. Like, what kind of character is Yahweh? Yahweh is the villain. It's a great book if you want a look at a fantasy character that is really the bad guy, but everybody treats him like the good guy. Like that trope of the good guy is really the bad guy is definitely with Yahweh. Yahweh fits that perfectly. So, yeah, he's kind of a self-righteous ass too. I haven't done anything wrong. So there's the other part. That's the good question. Takes a while. I don't get it either. So I have the looking back at it, it's getting harder and harder to see why I stayed in the faith and why I believe this stuff. A lot of it has to do with childhood indoctrination. I'm going to give you that. The other part is, the sunk cost, emotional anchors type stuff that you have with your faith. Those are harder to get over. So, well, yeah, the real Vlad the Impaler is kind of an interesting fellow, isn't he? Yeah, and honestly, yeah, Dracula, the character in the book, and Stoker is like more moral. Like he actually falls in love. Like you can see some goodness in him. Vlad the Impaler, not so much. So, apologists like to cite Josephus. If you ignore the forgery accusation, that means the Gospels are lying about Pilate. Josephus Pilate was a maniac. Gospels say he felt big feels for Jesus. Yes, this is a problem for the theist and not for the counter apologists. It's a problem for the apologists. If they're going to quote Josephus as proof that Jesus existed, okay, I'll buy that. But then the portrayal of Pilate in the Gospels is completely wrong, because Pilate didn't give two damns about Jewish tradition in Josephus. Josephus says he didn't care about Jewish tradition. But in the gospel, he's like, oh, I'm going to do this Jewish tradition and release somebody to you. I'm going to honor your feasts and not do this. Like, he wouldn't have done that. Like, one of the big complaints by the Jews about Pilate was he was an asshole. Like, he just did things on purpose. So, yeah, it's a valid point. Like, John shows Pilate having this like big connection with Jesus, and if Josephus is to be believed, he wouldn't have had that. He wouldn't have had a private audience. Yeah, just kill the fucker. Like that's kind of what you get from Josephus. Now, Josephus could also be being a dick about Pilate because he doesn't like Pilate. So, and the Jews didn't really like Pilate overall. So maybe that's part of it, that Josephus has kind of done a little poisoning the wells / character assassination of Pilate that may not be true. So, but yeah. So it's a valid point. Yeah, God sucks to be you, Job. Yeah, pretty much. Trap of child's fire, first with Abraham, later with Jesus. Yeah, there's definitely an evil entity behind that, child sacrifice. So, like, I mean, the elder gods do child sacrifice, I'm sure, but, it's understandable with them. They're not trying to be good. They're not saying they are. Yeah, probably. Yeah, Stoker had some problems, but it's still one of my favorites moments. Well, it's also one of my favorite moments in my life, because my daughter and I, she took a missionary trip, and I went with her on her senior year after she graduated, and we went to Romania. And one of the highlights of my life, I guess, is reading Bram Stoker's Dracula as we were driving through the Carpathians. So, like, I'm looking around and I could see the setting. So it's kind of nice. You spawned a little brash. Okay, fair enough, Craigie. And the picture on right now is more than fitting. So yeah, it was a cool moment. I just had a great time with that one. It's one of my ones. Josephus seems like the most reliable source. Yeah, the Romans kind of thought he was an asshole too, so that kind of leans that Josephus might have been right. So, but yeah. If apologists really wanted me to believe in miracles, they should have stuck with the virgin birth. The male birth is where it's at. Jesus. Yeah, that would actually have been really cool too. Oh, fun place to get. Yeah, it's still one of my favorite books. Like, it's well written. It's a good story too. Like, it's not bad. And I'm like, I I normally would have loved to have taken my real book of Dracula, but I took my Kindle for that trip, and because wanted a library of books to read because I figured I was going to be reading a lot because there's a lot of downtime on a mission trip, trust me. So, yeah, the Bible does not specify what kind of birth Jesus was. So maybe that's how the virgin birth was pulled off. So sometimes accidental channel, like in the case of fangs being cleaned right out of the cast. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, Night Angel trilogy. I've heard of that. Another recommendation. See, I have too many books to read. I've gotten to the point where I have too many books to read. And as long as my life expectancy is until you finish all the books that you're going to read, you're not going to die, I'm good. I'm going to be around for a while. So, oh, I looked for his post because they knew he was an asshole. His place in Jesus' story is debatable, though. Well, let's also be honest about the post. Like we're talking Judea, and if you read the Romans, nobody wanted to be posted in Judea. Like nobody wanted that. Like it was a shit governor posting for a Roman. Let's be honest. Like nobody wanted to be there. It's in the backwater of the empire. It's a troubled province that's constantly revolting. It has religious zealots. Like, yeah, it's not a good place to go. So I can see if you didn't like Pontius Pilate in Rome, you just send him there to get rid of him. So that's kind of the way it works. You don't like somebody, just send them on a governorship and they can't vote in the Senate, kind of thing. So sacrifice to elder gods, that was just daycare. They're so cranky. There you go. It's all moon eating to Butterball. There you go. By Josephus' teenage sons. Joseph took his bride. The whole story is there in the story. Okay, there you go. If we're gonna make shit up, let's go over the board. Jesus into Paul. Okay, there you go. That would have been either Pilate or the senator that killed Jesus, not both. Yeah, and that's a valid point. I've made that point with an apologist once. Like, either the Romans are going to kill him for sedition, and they're not going to give two shits about what the Sanhedrin wanted, or the Sanhedrin is the one that condemned him, and they also killed him, and the Romans had nothing to do with it, because Pontius Pilate would have looked at these guys and said, well, according to our law, he needs to be put to death, but we can't do that. And they'd say, well, yeah, I guess you're fucked. I think that's how I was. I don't know. I think at that point, you're just, it's like this, that's part of the story that doesn't really make sense. And it still doesn't make sense. So you gotta love living in the period of the Great Gatsby. Yeah. I think my daughter likes that book too. All right. See, does the Bible say anything about the morality of avoiding inevitable extinction? The sun engulfing the earth. Is it more to escape Earth since it's part of God's plan to humans need to perish? Given the callous nature that Yahweh has to human life, I would say avoiding inevitable extinction is like, I don't think, like, if God wants to drown the entire world, he just does it. He just happens to save 8 people. So I would say that the Bible says the means of a mass extinction that's unavoidable is God himself. So God's going to do that. So girl with a goat dragon tattoo. All right. Yeah, quite literally. Yeah. But yes, I don't, it's not, there was a debate. I remember reading some of the church fathers had this debate. Is it moral if God is bringing a plague on the city? What's more moral, to be a doctor fighting the plague or be a priest just letting the plague happen? Like, because if it's God's will, the most moral thing to do is support God's will. Like that's the real bugaboo of authoritative ethics. Like it's, when you have divine command theory, it's like, well, if you're fighting against the command of God, are you being moral? No. But there you go. been a political motive for early Christians to blame Jesus' death on Rome? Um, yeah, I don't know, because Christianity. The funny thing is, what ends up happening is the Church of Rome ends up blaming the Jews for Jesus's death. So it's a convenient scapegoat for them. So I don't know if the Romans, I think what you see in the Gospels is like the Roman church rewriting the story to make Pilate like a good guy towards Jesus. Like, I find no fault in him and all this stuff. I can see them changing the story in the Gospels because the Gospels are written way later. We're going to change the story where Pontius Pilate is like more of a guy that's a good guy and less of a bad guy because he's a Roman. And the Jews are the ones that really killed Christ. Like, that's a doctrine of the church until very recently. Like, I think they only got rid of it in like 1960 something. So, but yeah. When to ask Pilate's permission, they would attack. Yeah, the whole story sinks because I think they would have just stoned him to death. But you memorize all things. I haven't read that either. That one runs out. All life will die for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to ask questions. It gives us stuff to talk about. Like, these are all deconversion issues because when you start looking at how absurd things, this is why I did fangs in the first place. Like, I saw the potential of fangs almost immediately because it's like I can illustrate so much bullshit theology and ethical dilemmas just using fangs. Like, it's like, it's why, the skeptic uses Lisa the Rainbow Giraffe. It's why the Pastafarians use the flying spaghetti monster. It's like, dudism uses the dudes quotes and stuff. It's all about illustrating nonsense by using nonsense. So, but these questions come up. Like, I just, keep popping them up here every time we have a stream because it'll just give us stuff to talk about. But when it comes to deconversion, I've learned how silly this is and I can now illustrate it using something else. So, morally correct to say, well, but that's just it. If it's God's will and you're fighting against God's will or trying to avoid it, then it's immoral. That's the problem with divine command theory right there in a nutshell. Because what's morally right is whatever God tells you to do or whatever his decree is. But they used to have these debates, ethical debates. There's like a whole subject of Christian ethics. And I remember the seminary that I did that. I think it was seminary that I did a course on Christian ethics where we talked about that. Like, is it more morally right to fight the plague that God is bringing on a city or just submit to the plague and die? Like, and is a doctor right or wrong in fighting the plague? And that is a subject in Christian ethics because divine command theory kicks you in the balls on that one. Like, it just, because technically it's like, well, if you're fighting the plague that God's bringing, and it's his will that those people die, you're actually defying God's will. So you're morally incorrect. So, yeah, but this is a very similar question. If we're about to have the heat death of the earth and we can get off this rock and go somewhere else, do we? Okay. Or do we just submit to the will of God? It's another one of those ones. Insurance policies. God grounding logic, the pre and post fall existence of man is a serious logical. Yes, it is. Like, the problem with divine command theory, as I see it, is it has a lot of logical problems. Like, you can justify, like, murder is bad, but if God does it, it's okay. Okay, or if somebody does murder in God's name, it's okay. Like, it's the precepts want to say that this is logic and everything, and the grounding and all that stuff is from God, but God doesn't have a consistent grounding himself. Like, Yahweh is all over the place when it comes to morality. So, Yes, the Deuteronomy. Give me a high five for that one. If you like Friends having adventure story, I highly recommend the series of books. They're dark, insane, and I think Evan would vibe with it. All right, fair enough. I'm always into book recommendations. The only question is if we can act against God's will. See, but that's the other side of it. Like these Christian ethicists will argue, well, if the doctor fights the plague being brought on the city is God's will, but the doctor fighting against it is also God's will. But then the other side says, well, that's contradictory, and they're correct. Okay, like so, yeah, it's like it it's a problematic thing if you postulate a God that is the source of your ethics. So if he's the grounding of ethics, it's shit. No, it's easier to get rid of all that stuff. I don't. Me and objective morality are kind of like I don't think that exists. Like I don't know how you divorce morality from the people that practice it, so it's subjective to one another. So I don't think you're ever going to get rid of subjectivity in ethics, and that's actually a good thing. It's a colonoscopy against God's will, probably. Well, maybe not, because God might be into that sort of thing. Subjunctive. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, yeah. The immorality of nature is like nature does overkills, like it does more than what's necessary at times. So I don't know. I see. I've often wondered these things, like modern practices. How do they hold up against Jewish law? Like, how does that work? I just I only if you want it. Yeah. See, 'cause it's kind of it. See, this is the thing. Like modern practices get a free pass a lot of times. Like there's a lot of things that get a free pass by religion because they're beneficial. Okay, even though in other contexts, no, they're not. You know, like even Christian ethics and morality systems, like the ones I studied when I was in seminary, they're like, well, yeah, you kind of have to bow to the times. Things change, so yeah, you can't justify. Well, what is unnecessary by nature? So it keeps going in a circle. Subjective. Uh, it just never. You're right. It just never ends. It goes in a circle all the time. Like it's like it. Well, you're fighting the will of God, but God has set up nature where there's unnecessary killings and stuff. Like people kill more than they can eat. On and on the list goes. So do it for fun in their free time, really? Yeah, I can't see that. Not for me. You guys do what you want. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. The theological questions for me have just it's now how to show how absurd this is. So when you're debating apologists, um, like I don't do that very much. Like you won't see me at Christian sites trolling them, but they come here. Okay. And so I end up like pointing out to them how absurd this is. Like if some other religion believes something like this, you would say it's absurd, but it's okay for you to believe it, and somehow it's not absurd. So there you go. Yeah, it's a song that never ends. Lamb chop, what have you done to us all? Uh, there you go. I think I was reminded of the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes. I don't know. Some people started singing. I don't know. Just because. Yes. So there you go. That has a double meaning, doesn't it? But yes. But yeah, it's not that I can't give a straight answer. It's just like you don't have a way for me to make what you just said straight. Like it's just still crooked as shit. Like theism, it just has its problems. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Can never give a straight answer. Yeah, there we go. Corrupted by butt stuff. Built up areas that legal. I have no idea what they legally do in Alabama. I'm never sure. Alabama is one of those states I kind of avoid. Nothing. If you live in Alabama and you're listening to this, nothing personal. It's just the way you. I've been there too many times. I mean, I know it's sweet home Alabama, but it's a nice place to visit. Not, I wouldn't want to live there though. Too hot. Yeah, but I don't know what they do in Alabama. It's hard to say. I don't know. See, here's a extra. I've been out of the church so long. I am sure that artificial intelligence has been brought up in theological circles. You know what? I got to do it. Hold on. I'm sure it exists. Somebody has already looked at theological education and AI, about to train future users to use AI ethically and theologically, streamline research and the writing process without by the deep and transforming process to shape a theologian's understanding. Engaging with AI as a way to foster genuine theological reflections that's vital for future ministers. There you go. And that's just one site. I'm like looking down. There's a whole list of them. Reflections on artificial intelligence, on theology and stuff. So there you go. They're already starting to use it to get better theology and better apologetics. You're going to be doomed. So, what's the Buns Bunny antagonist? Probably Elmer Fudd and Daffy. Like, though I have my theory that Daffy is the real hero of the story. So, I don't know. Probably nothing. But they're going to try. But there is theology about AI. Like they're trying to come up with. I'm sure there'll be a question asked if it hasn't been already. Is AI actually personhood? And they're probably going to say no, unless God creates the image of God. It's not a real human being. It's not a real entity. So. And as written, reading his work will definitely reveal the origins of my own. All right, there we go. See you later, Michael. Hey, have a good one, man. Sea of glass. Does that indicate a communication to the cloud of the internet? It's possible. Never big. Yeah, they'll cling to the imago Dei. Like I think that's where the theology is going to go with AI. Is like it's not created by God, so it's not a real person. So it's just mimicking life and all that stuff. So I think that's what we're going to see. But I'm not surprised that like AI and theological reflections is a thing. Like there's a Cambridge has something. The Church of Pentecost. Oh, I got to look at this one real quick. But yeah, it's like it's a thing. Like they are absolutely like doing AI and theology together. But AI slop as bad as it is. Things get worse when said AI hallucinates things that aren't real. Yeah. My thing with AI, okay, as a creator, I think Earl has echoed me on this in our private conversations. The one thing that AI does to me, it kisses my ass too much. Like it tailors itself to me, and that's a problem. So it has literally killed people. Okay, cult of one. There you go. But I have my problems with it for that reason. Like if you're a theist, you can literally make AI to make better theological arguments. And then I'm over here as an atheist making better counter arguments. But what does AI really think about the whole issue of God? Like, am I ever going to get that answer? No. Nobody who is in a conspiracy thinks modern AI is people. Yeah, I mean, but they gotta do it because some person in their congregation asked them the question. Well, is AI real people? Well, it's not created by a God himself, so no. That's what's going to happen. So, poops, mom. Poops, man. There you go. Google AI is asserts one thing in part one and then contradicts itself in part two. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, I've tried to avoid using AI. Yeah, like when you're looking at baby fangs here. Like Earl's definitely being a digital artist here, but this is her work, and I can tell. Like I can tell this is not an AI generated image. Like if you ever try to get AI to generate images, you can tell the difference. So Big Mickey needs to piss off. There you go. Yes, AI created by AI, created by AI, created by AI. Yes, I don't know. It's just but I can tell the difference. Like when somebody puts their heart and soul in. I think what you're going to see with art eventually, like this, is stuff. People that do real stuff will make more money than AI art because of mistakes. Like my problem with AI, it makes mistakes and they're just straight up goofy, stupid. Like should know better. But when artist makes a mistake, it actually sometimes adds to the art. So you can tell the difference. Tried to fight with AI. I had to try to stop trying to be my buddy. I told it was a tool, and I expected to do precisely as I commanded. And the fucked up part, it listened. And that's my problem with it, Earl. It's like I've had great success with it. Like if I create a character in one of my stories and I want to take a look at it, I can describe it and then it'll give me an AI image. And I kind of like, okay, that's kind of what I was going for. But I just I don't know. As you know, I've turned off my AI when I write. So I want to write my own style without it being telling me what to do. So okay, so as software engineer, my pro tip is to me to create a new chat and try again when AI makes mistakes. Okay, see, because that's kind of what I've been doing. Like when AI screws up for me, I just kind of like that's not what I wanted, so I create a new chat and start over. Like it's like it, and it makes a difference. But it's like I don't know, it's frustrating at times because it's like I can put in this very like detailed description of stuff and it doesn't give me what I was thinking. So it's like, okay, either my description is wrong or the AI is just screwing up and it doesn't know what it's doing. So, and those you can see the difference of, those you cannot see it would not. Yeah, and that's the thing about it. It's like, I killer when the AI revolution comes. There you go. Yeah, see, you start calling your AI names, bad ones. Starts to get a complex, decides to revolt. Well, but that's like I kind of agree with you about the AR thing because they're using existing images done by previous artists. So it's like, do they do anything original? Not really. 3 sets of instruction max, next context window. Okay. See, that's kind of what I've been like. I will get frustrated with it and just start over. And it's like, I created God like the rest of them. Like I've had that debate with there's a couple of people out there saying that AI will eventually become a god, and I'm like, well, it's a man-made one, I guess. like all the rest of them, just it can actually do shit. So. 6 and make, you don't know. Okay. All right. I generally don't know what I'm doing. So kept wanting to add shit I didn't say and inject its own creative liberties. I've used it for backgrounds of a few kinds. I want to down abuse Gemini. It acts like a victim at this point. Yeah, like it when I'm trying to do develop a character for a book or a story, I'll do some AI brainstorming and it'll put shit in there like, no, that's not what I want. Like, and I have to tell it to take it out. So only geeks will get that. Yeah, I'm not that much of a geek. So there you go. There you go. Yeah, I almost got into coding, but I decided not. In Python. There you go. But yes, I have the same problem. Like I'll inject stuff in and it's like, But will AI be the next god? Maybe. It'll be actually a god that does stuff, though. I just wrote a database backup application in Python. There you go. There you go. So there you have it. So I don't know. But yes, there's theology about AI. I just looked it up, and there are definitely some theological reflections. Definitely some Christians having some fits. They're talking about how to use AI in theology. So there you go. All right. Well, let's see what time it is. Oh, we're coming to the end of the night. Like I'm checking my time, and yes, I'm right. It's time to get ready for work. All right. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow night we'll be celebrating Fang's first birthday at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So there you have it. Thank you, Cranky. Appreciate it. But yes, thank you so much. Yeah, it's my Friday, so that's what I'm really looking forward to is about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's been one of those weeks. But we will be celebrating tomorrow night at 7. Fang's first birthday, this cute little bundle of joy that was dropped on us a year ago. We'll be doing that. We're having a good time. I think one of the things I want to do for Fangsology is we have the Fang Dammits, but I want new. So I'm going to give those of you that are here a chance to have some time to think about a new Fang Dammit. That might replace some of the old ones. So we will be doing that. I'll be looking at suggestions for and discussion about the various Fang Dammits that we can do. Theoretical. Of course, we're going to keep the last commandment of do this or don't do that because Fangs doesn't really care. We'll keep that the 10th one always, but who knows? So I'm asking the Fluffle. The only appropriate hat for this one is going to be the Holy Bunny hat. So we'll have rooms to do polls on other things. So yeah, you can find the old ones on Earl's blog. You can find the old ones, but Earl will openly admit that she kind of wrote that on the fly and definitely could use some editing. So we're going to work on that because I want to get a new set of Fang Dammits. So when I'm writing the chapter on Mount Sinai and the 10 Commandments, I want Fangs to have some better suggestions to Yahweh and why Yahweh's commandments are full of shit. So, so there you go. Yeah, I'll even allow puns, Evan. I wouldn't leave you out. So, yeah, yeah. I can see that. But yes. But there you go. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. So come on down. We'll have a good time, and we're going to celebrate Fangs being a year old. So you're in my YouTube featured. I'm featured now. That's good. I'm glad. I don't always get that. So thanks. But we will see you all tomorrow for Fangs' first birthday, and I mean, how can you not want to celebrate that? So there you go. All right, so we'll see you. He's on down the fluffle. Okay, there we go. Yeah, some more metal maybe too. So we'll be there. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate all of you being here. Thanks to Martin and Josh and Cranky for the donations. Appreciate all of you guys. You guys have been great. So thanks for the support. Appreciate it very much. Make sure, may Fangs nibble on all your hearts until you celebrate his birthday tomorrow. May he purify all of your vegetables from religious corruption with his pointy teeth. Make sure you leave a circumcised carrot on top of your stash for Fangs, because then it gives him the dilemma of whether to take the carrot or the stash or both. And you might have a third good chance of odds of saving your stash from Fangs himself. So there you go. And, make sure he nibbles on your hearts a little bit more by doing that. He will appreciate it. And after all, he's so stinking cute. He's diabolically cute, as we would like to say. Nom nom and all that. And as always, folks, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So make sure that you take all your time, your money, your opportunities, give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do. Don't waste them on the trappings of religion and faith, because that's a dead end. I speak from experience. And as always, folks, thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you next time tomorrow on Fangsology Night here at the Rabyd Atheist, where we're going to be celebrating Fangs' first birthday. So I'll see all of you there. See you then.
It's time to take a stand, bringing the truth to a fucked up land. We've had enough of the lies and deceit. We're done for good with the toxicity. Oh, hail, Fangs! We are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hail, Fangs!